again, market pain. Is this market really crashing right now? We're down 2.5% here on Bitcoin. Should we be worried? Will we start tumbling down back towards 60,000 and low? I'm going to break down exactly what we're seeing in the charts. Have you just been liquidated? Have you fallen for the FOMO? Now we need to get into what's going on in the charts. Now you can see, of course, a couple of days ago we got that big boom on Bitcoin, pushing us through 73.5. FOMO, fear and greed coming in the market. And typically we followed that up yesterday with an indecision candle, a doji candle, which if you guys have studied TA will know that this is an indecision candle, which normally signals a reversal. But how bad will this pullback be? Will we start heading down to some of those painful levels? We're seeing a lot of liquidations right now. We're seeing liquidations across the market. 24 hours, $117 million, or 150 in total, right? So 117 million of those were long positions, overzealous, leverage long positions, people being greedy up towards that 80,000, 100,000 level on Bitcoin. Everybody wants to take this trade because it's such an obvious trade. In fact, it's a trade we've been talking about for many months, that this is a bullish continuation pattern which takes Bitcoin up towards its journey towards 100,000. But that journey will not be easy. That journey will have ups and downs. It will have liquidations because ultimately that's what the market makers need to grab. This is the liquidation heat map here on Bitcoin. You can see it's just gone and snatched the $17.6 billion of liquidity at these price levels of around 672K, right? You've got a bunch of liquidations here. Look at the dark yellow lines. That's where you've got a lot of liquidation leverage, 15.2 billion sitting at this 70K mark. I said this a couple of days ago. I said, guys, this level will not be easy to break. Don't be surprised to see the market want to play around at this level for a little bit, right? This is a tough level. Let me show it to you on this horizontal chart. This is a very important level. This level has been tested numerous times here. You can see. Don't be surprised to see us struggle again. But we need to take higher lows. We need to trend our way through this level. In other words, I want to see this come and touch the EMA ribbon. I'm looking for price points around this horizontal. 68.1 is a nice level here for it to come. If we fall into this EMA ribbon, this is a good mean correction before a bigger bounce to go post a higher high. Go higher this time, then maybe come back down a bit more, then go higher. I just want to see it zigzag and push through this hard level at 71.8K here on Bitcoin. So don't expect it to be easy. Expect a lot of volatility. Now, add on to the fact that there was not very favorable macroeconomic conditions today, right? You had Meta and Facebook, two very important bellwethers for the US economic health, struggling. I mean, if we take a look here, you got the S&P falling 1.6% today. You've got the NASDAQ falling 2.6% and the Dow Jones 0.8 as well. So if you look at Microsoft slid by 6% because they missed their revenue guidance. Okay, Facebook or Meta fell more than 3% because they missed their user growth expectations and they made a warning about CapEx. That is going to rise in 2025. So there's a couple of things here which is worrying the market around some of these growth plays, which remember, these are risk-on plays. These are correlated to the crypto markets and correlated to our favorite altcoins and of course Bitcoin. Now, it's important for us to go and check the S&P. You can see the S&P coming into its daily EMA ribbon. Big drop down today, guys. Big gap down here into the market. If we check the NASDAQ as well, you're kind of really testing that EMA ribbon. So relative to the traditional markets, Bitcoin's holding up pretty well. Look where Bitcoin is. If that wants to fall back, Bitcoin's got room to come into its EMA ribbon, right? So I'm not too worried here whatsoever. You've got from 68K all the way down into the depths of its EMA ribbon here, around 64, call it 65,000 here at the bottom of the EMA ribbon. This is all fine. If Bitcoin wants to come down here, great. People are going to be getting scared. I'll be looking for more dip buys in those areas on some of my favorite altcoins and Bitcoin. I don't mind that pullback. Pullbacks are good. This pullback was good because it set us up for a bigger move. This pullback was good, sets us up for a move. This pullback is absolutely fine as long as we can then go push higher than 73.6, which is what this candle hit here a couple of days ago on Tuesday. So, long story short, no, this pullback isn't too concerning. We just had PCE inflation come in as well, came in at 2.1%. Market was expecting 2.3. So inflation is well on its way down, right? We got another Fed cut expected on the 7th of November. That's around the corner next week, right? Just a couple of days after the election. So if you get a Trump win, that's going to be seen as good for growth causing more inflation, so more people are going to want to hold gold and Bitcoin if Trump wins. That's going to be bullish for Bitcoin and bid up Bitcoin. You're also going to have then another rate cut. That should be good for Bitcoin. We're in a really good environment where I see a lot of bullish catalysts. So for me to sit here as somebody who's made videos in bearish scenarios, right, where you've had FTX and Voyager collapse and inflation out of control and the Ukraine war starting and this conflict starting and this happening to the oil price, we've had days like that. And I've come out here publicly and made videos saying, guys, something doesn't feel right. I'm not long this market. So I'm not somebody who just says this every single day for no reason, because right now, the market has a lot of reasons to have a bullish bias. It doesn't mean you're not going to have bad days like today, but these bad days present opportunities, right? After this big move to the upside, I said don't FOMO, I said don't chase it, I said wait for the EMA ribbon, and I want to see that pull back into the EMA ribbon here. That would be a really good opportunity, and similarly, would be good for altcoins as well. Let's also check in on our favorite dollar index. Please don't lose sight of this, guys. Don't say I told you so after. Imperative that this spends time coming down here. So far this week, it's kind of stalling, which is allowing Bitcoin to have some success. But we need this to go here. I can't just have it here. I need it to come back down. Start spending some red candles, red candles. Remember, if this goes down, that means risk is rotating on. If the dollar is showing strength and starts doing this again, that's going to be a problem for me, okay? And it's going to be a problem for the markets, and it's going to be a problem for risk on. We need this to go down, we need risk to go on, and that's going to help us here. Of course, we will keep a close eye on more macroeconomic data due to come out as well, but the main things you guys really need to focus on, there is a GDP reading, which is coming out. When is that coming out? That's coming out... We've had the GDP reading, so we don't need to worry about that. We just need to worry about the election on the 5th and on the 7th. You need to note down that we're getting our rate cut where majority of the markets are expecting a 25 base point cut, so a single rate cut. Now, of course, Jerome Powell can give us a double, and that would be super bullish, right? He can give us another 50 basis points, so we need to watch that as well. Having said that, just thinking out loud here, if Jerome Powell does a double, does a 50 basis points, market's going to panic again, right? They'd be like, oh, why is Jerome Powell doing another 50 basis points? Is something happening that we don't know? Is the economy in trouble? So I think the 25 basis points is good. I think that's what the market's expecting. It won't panic anybody. It'll be, coupled with the 50 we've already had, that's 75 basis points of cuts in 4 or 5 weeks. It's pretty good. I think markets will take that in their stride and continue to move. Fear and greed index still sitting at 77, guys. So remember, we're still in extreme greed. Now, of course, when you refresh this tomorrow, because this is the previous reading, you hope that this comes down, and those are going to provide those areas to buy. Again, I don't want to buy when we're at peak FOMO all the way up here. It's obvious it's going to cool down. I want to buy from those positions when it cools down. And again, just reminding of you of this chart here, we have been rejected a few times from this level. So don't just expect it to be, oh, we're just going to blast through it and off to the moon we go. No, that's not what's going to happen. Anybody who's telling you just buy everything now, Bitcoin's going to go to 150K, they're wrong. I'll be your voice of reason. I'll be the sensible one that says, guys, it doesn't work like that. Tough resistance. Eventually when we break it, yes, things will get fun. We should, in the medium to longer term, start working our way to 80, 90,000. But the reality is you can get pullbacks. Don't chase the green candles. Don't buy when it's fully extended. Wait for pullbacks. Wait for red days. A red day is always around the corner. You don't need to be buying FOMO. Just wait for red days. I mean, look at this FOMO here. Imagine someone's buying on the peak FOMO here. If you wait to this flash crash here, you're buying it cheap. Wait for these mini flash crashes. I mean, look at this crash you had here on 4th of August to do with the Japanese yen trade, which we covered off here. You were buying Bitcoin at the low there if you had a limit order below $50,000. Right? Cheap. You've not seen Bitcoin below $50,000 since Feb of this year. You've got to wait for your opportunities. Everybody will tell you it doesn't crash, the market's not going to crash, it's going to keep going up. It always crashes. And equally, it won't keep crashing, it will go up as well also. So you've got to be smart with your investments, wait for those pullbacks, strategize, get yourself in the market, right? If you like this market, get in. Don't be that person that procrastinates and doesn't get in the market, because this thing will eventually get you there to 100K, 150K. You can be like, why not get in the market? I was waiting for 59.2K and I didn't get myself in the market. If you like the price, get in the market, wait for those pullbacks into sensible areas and get in the market. A couple of thousand difference here is not going to make a difference for you if you're betting on the bigger thing that Bitcoin's going to 2x, it's going to 3x, it's going to do whatever its potential is to 150K, 200K, etc. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you like this type of content, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. I've taken 2 big altcoin trades, which I've shared with the Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TG. If you're a trader, or you want to be a trader, you want to learn how to trade, message me below and I'll help you. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.